All right, picture this. You're at the blackjack table. The felt is cool, the chips are stacked, you're dealt a great hand, maybe a hard 20. Things are looking good. Then, the dealer flips over their up card, and it's an ace. The whole table kind of holds its breath. The game pauses, and the dealer looks right at you and asks that one very tempting question.
Insurance? The offer just hangs there in the air. You know, it sounds so responsible, so smart. It's a chance to protect your great hand from that dreaded dealer blackjack. So what do? What's the play?
And that's the genius of it from the casino's perspective. They're dangling the safety net right when you feel the most at risk. It feels prudent, like a shield for your chips. They frame it perfectly as the smart, defensive play.
But it isn't. Not even close. In fact, for almost every player out there, it's one of the most misunderstood and consistently bad bets you can make at the table. So, let's pull back the curtain and really break down why that safe move is actually a trap.
Okay, so first things first, we have to get one thing straight. What is this bet? The most important thing to understand is that the name insurance is brilliantly misleading because you see, it has absolutely nothing to do with your hand.
What insurance really is a brand new, completely separate side bet. You're putting down more money to wager on just one thing, that the dealer's hidden card, their down card, is a 10, a jack, a queen, or a king. You're betting they have a natural blackjack. Your hand, whether it's a 20 or a 12, is totally irrelevant to this wager.
And this right here really lays out the whole illusion. You think you're protecting your main hand, your original bet, but what's actually happening is you're just placing a new bet with its own set of odds on a totally separate outcome. This side bet wins or loses completely on its own, no matter what happens to your hand.
So, if it's just another bet, maybe it's a good one? Well, let's look at the math. This is where it all becomes crystal clear. This is where the casino's built-in advantage really shines. It all boils down to the payout versus the actual odds. So here's the deal. The insurance bet pays 2 to 1. Now, some simple math tells us that for any bet that pays 2 to 1 to be fair, you'd need to have a 1 in 3 chance of winning it. Right? About 33.3% of the time. So the big question becomes, when a dealer is showing an ace, how often is their other card a 10? And the answer is less than 1/3 of the time. Think about it. In a standard deck, you have 16 cards worth 10, but you have 36 cards that are not worth 10. The odds are just not there. It doesn't happen often enough. And you can see that gap pretty clearly right here. The dealer will actually flip over a blackjack only about 31% of the time. But remember, to just break even on that 2 to 1 payout, you need to be winning 33.3% of the time. That little gap between the reality and the break-even point, that, my friends, is the house edge. That's the casino's guaranteed profit on this bet over the long haul.
So, okay, let's put a hard number on that gap. Let's really quantify the true cost of this protection and see just how bad of a deal this really is for the player. The house edge on an insurance bet is around 7%. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but in the casino world, that is huge. To put that in perspective, playing perfect basic strategy blackjack gives the house an edge of less than 0.5%. 7% is a massive disadvantage.
So what does a 7% house edge really mean? It means for every $100 you wager on insurance over your lifetime, you're statistically expected to lose $7. It's a bet that is specifically designed to just slowly grind down your bankroll, and it doesn't matter how perfectly you play the rest of the game.
Now, just when you think you've got it figured out, the casino has one more trick up its sleeve. They have another way to offer you this exact same bad bet, but it's dressed up to look even better. It's called even money.
So here's the scenario. You did it. You got a blackjack, the best hand in the game. You're expecting that nice 3 to 2 payout. But wait, the dealer's showing an ace. To avoid the risk of a push if they also have a blackjack, the dealer might offer you even money, a guaranteed 1-to-1 win right there on the spot. And you know, locking in a guaranteed win feels totally different from buying insurance against the loss. But here's the thing. Mathematically, it's the exact same bet. By taking even money, you're giving up your potential 3 to 2 payout to lock in a 1-to-1 payout. It's just the casino offering you insurance on your own blackjack, but in a different wrapper. The math is identical, and so is that high house edge. So after all that, what is the right play for, well, pretty much everyone listening? It's incredibly simple. When the dealer looks at you and asks, "Insurance?" you just smile, shake your head, and politely decline. That's it.
Then you just get back to playing your hand with solid, basic strategy.
And this really gets to the heart of it. Insurance is an emotional bet. It's designed to make you feel better in the moment, to soften the sting of losing to a dealer blackjack. But over the long haul, all those small, repeated losses from taking this bad bet add up. They cost you way more money than they save you. It's a bet that protects your feelings, not your bankroll.
And that's really the question you have to ask yourself. Blackjack, at its core, is a game of math and probability. The insurance bet, though, is a direct appeal to your fear of losing. So the next time you're at the table and that question comes up, just take a second and ask, are you playing the numbers or are you letting your emotions make the bet for you?